Left Nigeria, we spoke to Nze Amadebe, the PG of Ohaneze and the DPG. We were assured that the Secretary General would be coming. Unfortunately, you Americans have devised a means of denying us visa to come to America. So when I got to London, I was told that the visa application for the Secretary General of Ohaneze had not been approved. I said, well, I'll definitely be there. If there is no visa, I know my way to Dunbar Creek. I'll swim to that place and I'll make it. So yesterday when I got back, the PG called me, Diopa, are you in Atlanta? Are you in Georgia? I said, yes. Incidentally, I was at Dunbar Creek yesterday, so thank God. We're sending a message of goodwill. The Secretary couldn't make it. I will dwell a little bit on the current Ohaneze before I read the short message they sent today. After which I do believe Ohaneze has been in disarray. They become very partisan, using the position for personal gain. The last Ohaneze, before substantive Ohaneze, before the current one, was appointed by the Secretary, Chief of Staff to the Federal Government of Nigeria, George Obiozo Gambari. The Secretary General, incidentally, was appointed by Obasanjo, the former president. Where is their loyalty? How can they defend our interests? I think that situation gave birth to global Igbo leaders. And that's how I met the most wonderful human being in Igbo land, called Nze Amadebe. We tried as much as possible to change the situation, but the gods of our land took that decision for us. May he so rest in peace, but George left us. Then we were definitely against the emergence of Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, because Ohanese's constitution, I'm sorry I'm telling this story for tomorrow, because I keep saying it, Abobi Kosamene, we rely a lot on you diasporan residents. We fought to ensure that the Deputy President General from Rivers State took the mantle. Unfortunately, he died. So we had a vacuum. When we had our meeting, Nzamale said, well, there's nothing we can do. The tenure ends in January. Then the issue of Okiro came up. I'm sure you guys heard about it. And we know Okiro is not from Rivers State. What do we do? Again, Nze Amadebe set up a committee of myself, Chidi Oswago, and a third person. We went to River State to appeal to the people of River State to give us an indigene of River State. When I got to Port Harcourt for the meeting, Okiro was sharing money like no business to ensure that he got that position. We didn't have money to share. Like Obi would say, we don't give shishi. We were meant to go and see the governor over this matter, the chairman, the commissioner for local government and home affairs, incidentally from Abia, denied us the opportunity of seeing the governor to table our case. I'm just trying to tell you how we are our own greatest enemies. Eventually, we called a meeting of Ohaneze River State, 29 of them. We made a case. They listened to us, but they were not convinced. I spoke to quite a number of Igbo leaders. One of them said, Delly, we don't want chairman of Ohaneze or president of Ohaneze that would be invited to a meeting in Enugu and he says, Choron on transport fare. It made a lot of sense to me. So we set out to see and meet quite a number of them. Isaac Wong, Azuka Mbata, and a few of them. We even spoke to your friend Njenje Uchokoko. But the emergence of John Azuka Mbata is the best thing that ever happened to Ohaneze today. I say this with all sense of responsibility, because after his emergence, the governors decided they were not going to support. That is where you come in. A retreat was arranged. Normally, a governor would bring out the money, and of course, when he pays for it, the English adage that says, he who pays the piper does what dictates the tune. Mbata spent 29 million, funded the retreat, and today, Ohaneze is semi-independent. What we're trying to do is to have a path to have a dialogue with the political leaders, sensible ones. But most importantly, we are trying to create an avenue to have a relationship with you guys outside Nigeria. I live in Nigeria, but I'm usually outside the country. So when they send the message to my phone, I have a bad sight. You know, you can see this. I can't read from my phone. Luckily, my cousin is here. I implored him, he begged him. He went to town to print it. So if I decide to read, and I haven't read it before now, I just glanced through. It's a message. I implore you people to try and have a relationship with the current Ohaneze. We need you. We need you. What did I say? We need you. So, the Goodwill message from Senator John Azuka Mbata, President General Ohaneze Igbo Worldwide, Council of Igbo-Speaking States in America, CISA. Ohaneze Igbo Worldwide stands in solidarity with CISA and sends warm felicitations to all participants in this auspicious edition of 2025 Annual Igbo Worldwide Festival of Arts and Culture at Brunswick in Georgia. We commend your consistent efforts in promoting our rich cultural heritage and connecting our Igbo-speaking communities globally. We acknowledge the significance of this festival in showcasing Igbo arts, culture, and traditions, and appreciate the emotional laden reconnection of naming ceremony rituals that unite African Americans of Igbo DNA with their roots. There is no gainsaying that your activities over the years are a classic demonstration of your undoubted resolve to uphold our cherished legacies, immortalization of our values and worldviews, promotion of Igbo identity in diaspora, and tenacious commitment to establishing a strong relationship with our homeland. To say the least, your remittances and that of the Igbo diaspora at large remain a robust bedrock for our economic development and inevitable pillar for the survival of our people in these hard times. We can't honestly thank you enough. We are doing our best here in as much as we operate on uncommon circumstances, considering the festering monster of insecurity in our land. I wish to inform you that we have established a professional endowment chair in partnership with 7 universities in the 7 Igbo-speaking states for the promotion of Igbo language, culture, and history. The review of our constitution is ongoing to enable us to strengthen our operational mechanisms and serve our people better. As we run an open door policy, we shall continue to update you on our programs for your valued input and constructive engagement, while praying for your hand of fellowship and support. Ohaneze Igbo Worldwide stands in solidarity with you and supports this landmark cultural event. We wish CISA a successful festival and look forward to a grand celebration of Igbo culture. I'm yours, Senator John Azuka Mbata, President General, Ohaneze Igbo Worldwide, Council of Igbo-Speaking States in America. I thank you.
In the heart of the city where stories unfold, Changing Media TV shining bright and bold, bringing news from the corners of the globe.